Hello students, today we are going to learn chapter 10, the sermon at Benares. Okay students, so now this is the chapter 10, the sermon at Benares is written by Betty Renshaw and it is a sermon which is like from Gautam Buddha, which has been delivered by Gautam Buddha, and we are going to study in this. Now, what is it all about? What is Betty Renshaw talks about? In this sermon at Benares, Betty Renshaw gives us an account of the first sermon which was preached by Buddha. Now, Gautam Buddha, he himself who was enlightened, is able to guide the people to the knowledge. He is able to help them, and you will see that during his lifetime also, though he was a prince, born as a prince, gives up everything and goes in search of what or where God can be found. And that is how, being enlightened by God, he gives away everything. In this lesson, you will come across Kissa Gautami, who was a young mother who has lost her only child. And in this sermon at Benares, Gautam Buddha, we will see that he is helping her to accept the sorrow as a part of life, as it is the story about accepting the inevitable and undeniable grief of death as a part and parcel of life, because Kissa Gautami has lost her only son and she is not able to cope up with the grief that she goes through. And so we are going to study in this what Gautam Buddha is going to tell her. Now, before we could go to this chapter, here are some points for us. Let's see now what is it about. Before you read the activity, use a dictionary to ask for your teacher's help as you discuss the following questions in groups. Question number 1. What is a sermon? Is it different from a lecture or a talk? Can this word also be used in a negative way or as a joke, as in my mother's sermon about getting my work done on time? Second question, find out the meanings of the words and phrases given in the box. Afflicted with, be composed, desolation, lamentation, procure, be subject to. And the third question is, have you heard of the Sermon on the Mount? Who delivered it? Who do you think delivered a sermon at Benares? So these three questions. And student, the question number 1, as we read, what is a sermon? Sermon is not like a lecture, it's a long talk. Especially the Christians and all, they get, when they go for the mass, when they go to church, Sundays and all, the priest is the one who delivers a sermon. Okay, and it's different than the lecture. Okay, it's not a joke, it cannot be negative, it is helping the people to live a proper lifestyle. Now, the meanings of, you have been given. What is the meaning of afflicted with? Afflicted with is affected adversely by an illness or pain, or trouble with pain. Then second one is be composed. What is the meaning of be composed? Calm down, okay? Calm, at peace, becoming peaceful or become calm. Then you have desolation. Now, what is the meaning of desolation? What do you understand by desolation word? Which you must have heard many times. It is that extreme sorrow or deep sadness is called as desolation. Lamentation again is something like mourning, crying. You lament for something, you weep bitterly for something. And in this lesson we are going to see Kissa Gautami, who is crying for the death of her son. What is the meaning of procure? Procure is to get or to obtain. And be subject to. What is the meaning of be subject to, students? Be subject to over here means liable to. Okay, so these are the meanings. Now, the third question you are asked, have you heard of the Sermon on the Mount? Some of you, those who are Christians, you must have heard, must have read it in the Bible, in the Gospel of Matthew, it is given there. It's a Sermon on Mountain, it's delivered by Jesus Christ, okay, where he gives us the Beatitudes. And who do you think delivered the sermon at Banaras? Sermon at Banaras has been delivered by Gautam Buddha, where there is a Sermon on Mount. It's a Sermon on the Mountain, has been delivered by Jesus Christ. So let's begin this lesson. Gautam Buddha, 563 BC to 483 BC before Christ, began life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautama in northern India. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. So students, what is it? He began his life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautama, underline. In which part of India? In northern India. At the age of 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures. He went into Hindu sacred scriptures. What is the meaning of scripture, students? What is the meaning of scripture? Scripture is something holy reading, okay? The books or something that is given to you which is holy, okay? The holy books, the scriptures. So where was he sent? He was sent for schooling to the sacred Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later he returned home to marry a princess. He comes back to marry a princess. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted loyalty. So they had a son and they lived, which was, what is the meaning of befitting? Was correct for or was suitable according to the royal lifestyle. Okay, and so for how many years? For 10 years they lived the life. At about the age of 25, the prince heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world, while out hunting chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. This sight so moved him that he at once became a beggar and went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. So what is it, students? What is he has a sight. He saw something, okay? And before that, what is that? At about the age of 25, the prince heretofore shielded. What is the meaning of heretofore here? Up until now or before now. And what? Before this point, he shielded. He was saved. Sight of what? From the suffering of what? Suffering of the world. While out hunting, chance upon a sick man, chance upon over here, he comes across a chance, and that is what a sick man, he has a sight of a sick man, then he sees an aged man, then the funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. This sight so moved him that he at once became a beggar. He decided to be a beggar, went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. So he went out begging concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. He wandered. What is the meaning of wandered? He went from places to places for 7 years and finally sat down under a fig tree. Where did he sit down? Under the fig tree, where he vowed to stay, where he decided to stay. What is it now? We'll see. Where he vowed to stay for what? Where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. Until he was being enlightened, he was into the state of high spiritual awareness. He wanted to get that spiritual enlightenment. He wanted to get that spiritual awareness. So till then, he sat under the fig tree. Enlightened after 7 days, he renamed the tree the Bodh tree. Okay? He renamed the tree as a Bo tree, which is also in the book. It is given in some of the book. It has been given as the Bodhi tree. What is the meaning of the Bodhi tree? The Bodhi tree also means tree of wisdom, and began to teach and to share his new understandings. So, was he enlightened, students? Yes, he was enlightened. After how many days? Enlightened after 7 days. After 7 days, he was into prayerful mood without moving anywhere. He sat under the fig tree, and therefore he got the enlightenment, spiritual awareness, and therefore he named the tree as a Bodhi tree or Bo tree, and began to teach and to share his new understandings. At this point, he became known as the Buddha. Once he was enlightened, once he got the awakened or the awareness from the spiritual awareness that he wanted, he came to be known as Buddha. What was the name given to him? Buddha. He came to be known as Buddha. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares. His first sermon he preached at the city of Benares, most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganges. Dipping places, bathing place, where the people went to take bath into that holy river. Therefore, dipping place, the bathing place, okay, the Benares, holy place for most of the Hindu people at the Ganges, Varanasi. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. What is the meaning of inscrutable? Something which cannot be understood, can't be understood. And so the sermon has been given over here, which has been preserved, which has been kept till today, has been saved. And what does it reflect? Buddha's wisdom about one's inscrutable kind of suffering. The suffering that the people go through, one cannot understand. And here is the sermon, here is the something that the talk about is that Kisa Gautami had only son, and he died So the sermon is all about Kisa Gautami, who had the only son, and he died. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all our neighbors, asking them for medicine. And then people said, she has lost her senses. The boy is dead. Poor lady had only son, and so what happens? She goes asking for what? Asking for life, for the medicine. She goes to the neighboring people as she has lost her only son. In her grief, in her pain, she carried the dead child. Whom did she carry? She carried the dead child. At length, okay. And what did the people say? People said that she has gone crazy. She has lost her senses because the boy is already dead. You cannot bring him to life. At length, Kisa Gautami met a man who replied to her request, I cannot give thee medicine for thy child, but I know a physician who can. So what that man is saying, I cannot give medicine for your dead child, but I know there is a man who can give a cure, who is known as a good physician, okay, who may be. And the girl said, pray, tell me, sir, who is it? And the man replied, go to Salya Muni, the Buddha. So where does that man say? The man sends her to the Salya Muni, the Buddha. You go to him and he will give you. Kisa Gautami repaired to the Buddha and cried, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy. So what is she saying? Give me the medicine which will cure my boy. My boy is dead. The Buddha answered, I want a handful mustard seed. And when the girl, in her joy, promised to procure it, what is the meaning of procure? To get it. The Buddha said something. The mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. So what was the condition? You will get the mustard seed, but only from the house where there is no death. the people who have not lost the child or the husband or the parent or the friend, and from that house only you will bring it. So students, is it possible? We do not know. We will see whether it's going to be possible or no. But I am going to ask you few questions from the topic from till now, whatever half the lesson we finish. And my question to you is that, how did Gautama's life begin? How does his life begin? His life began as he was prince named as Siddhartha Gautama, okay, as a princely life. How many years did Gautama spend of his married life? How many years he lived with his wife as a married man? Students, we have already seen he lives for 10 years with his wife. Okay? My next question. Why didn't Prince see worldly suffering before he was 25? He comes to know after that. But why does he not see the sorrow and all? It was already in the world. Why doesn't he see this procession before? Why doesn't he see the sorrow before? Okay? You will have to answer this question. How did the sights of the sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and a monk begging for alms affect the Prince Siddhartha? What does he do, student, after this? He does something. He gives up everything. Okay? He goes for the enlightenment. And so after 7 days, he gets that enlightenment. So what was that? Okay? Where did Buddha give his first sermon? Into which place? And where did he get enlightenment? Where did he get his enlightenment? Okay? He goes for the enlightenment, isn't he, students? But where does he get that enlightenment? Under which tree? And why that tree is called as a Bodhi tree? Why was that? Was a fig tree. But why was it named as Bodhi tree? What is the meaning of Bodhi tree? What is the meaning of Bodhi tree? Also means the tree of wisdom. So that Bodhi tree, which was named after fig tree, why was it named so? You are going to answer these questions. I'll stop over here and we'll see the half part tomorrow. Okay? Have a good day.